I chose this title for the video because a lot of people think that or a lot of people have this mindset that as soon as they go through the slightest bit of adversity in their life or the slightest bit of a hard period or hardship, they think that that's it, that's all they ever amount to, and that circumstance of life and that period of life is the final version of them, the final. That's all it's ever gonna be. That's as good as it's gonna get. But that's not how life works at all, right? So when I say the next step doesn't care about the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 100, whatever it is, it really just means that the next step that you have to take to reach that goal that you have, to reach the success and the aspiration that you have, doesn't care about what happened in the past, what you did in the past, how many times you failed, what you went through. It just cares about, are you going to take that next step to get to the next level or not? Are you going to do the thing that's going to get you to where you want to go or not? That's what the title of this video actually means. So I guess I want to encourage, whoever's watching this, right? When you're pursuing something meaningful in life, whether that's a business, success in whatever form, art, sports, music, whatever form it is, right? Where you are in terms of where you are right now in your life is not where you're always going to be. Life changes, seasons change, just like, and they have their set times. Everything happens in its time, right? um and nothing lasts forever, everything is temporary. So no matter what you go through on the pursuit or the journey towards your dreams, in a sense, it's like it's not final. Things will always get better over time. It's just you won't know when, but they will get better as long as you keep going. And you have to have the mindset that it will get better. Hard times don't last forever, and the period of life that you're in is just something that you're gonna look back on and be grateful for, because they really do shape you, they really do make you stronger, they really do sharpen you, in a sense, you know what I mean? So the next step that you have to take on the journey to pursuing something worthwhile in your life doesn't care about how many times you fail, doesn't care about the hard times that you have to go through, the adversity, the the pain, the failure. It doesn't care about any of that, bro. It just cares about, are you going to take, and are you willing to take that next step and do the things that you know you need to do to get to where you want to be? Are you going to do that? That's what the next step cares about. That's what success cares about, you know? Um, and it's like you could fail 5 times, but are you going to get up the sixth time? You could fail 5 times and the sixth time is when you win, but you won't know unless you keep showing up. You know what I mean? And it's like the hard times will pass. I just can't tell you when. They will pass. From my experience, I used to be the type of person that when I went through adversity in my life, in recent times, when I went through hardship, hard periods of life, I didn't understand it. I thought, why me? Why am I going through this? What is this? Why is life like this? And this is the end for me. I can't do this anymore. But this is where it is. This is all it's gonna be. This is all I'm gonna amount to. I had that mindset, and I guess when you hit like the lowest point, you kind of stop trying to control everything, and you kind of feel free as to where you can pick yourself back up and climb out of that hole that you were in. And eventually you'll realize you're not in that dark place that you were before. You're not going through the adversity that you were going through before. You're not going through the hard times that you were going through before. And eventually you'll realize that it passed. But your mentality had to change, your actions had to change, and you had to take that next step, right? It, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody cares what you went through, what you tried to do, how badly you want, success, how badly you want to create a life worth living. Nobody cares. The only thing they care about is, are you gonna show up today to do what you need to do to get to where you want to be, right? That's the most important question. So if it's anything you're gonna take away from this, right? To anybody who is pursuing something worthwhile in this life, the next step does not care about the last few. The next step does not care about what happened in the past, how many times you failed, how many times you tried, how badly you want your dreams, how badly you want your goals, how badly you want success. Nobody cares. Are you gonna show up today to put in the effort, the action that's required to get the result that you want in the future, right? And it's like you can only focus on what's ahead. The past is the past. It's a teaching moment. That's what the past is, you know. It's not something for us to dwell on, to hold on tightly to and grip control. The past is a teaching moment. All you can do now is look forward to the future and focus on the input and stop worrying about the output of the past. It's gone. You can never get it back. You know what I mean? And it's like I feel like a lot of people wait to take that next step because or hesitate to take that next step because they're looking for the evidence and the results, but the results and the evidence only come after you take that next step, only after you take the action, sorry, to get to that next step. You know what I mean? And it's like evidence, evidence and evidence and the results that you want only show up after you take the action that is needed. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just a quick little video I had that on my mind throughout the day, and I just thought I kind of share it and put it out there. So yeah, if there's anything you take away from this video, is that the next step doesn't care about the last few, and the only thing that matters is, are you gonna show up today, right now, in this current state, in this current period, in this current moment, and do what you need to do to get to where you want to go? That's $1 million question, and only you have the answer to that, and you'll know the answer through the action that you may or may not take. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, when you lay your head on that pillow at night to go to sleep, you'll know whether you have the answer for that question or not. And yeah.